Hello, my name is Gil Zilkha. Welcome to my channel. This is my series entitled Essential Classical Music, where we look at the best recordings of the major classical music works. This video is taken out of my larger video covering the major symphonies. If you enjoy this, I hope you'll go over and look at that larger one. Just know that you don't have to watch it all in one big gulp. It is divided into chapters. It's real easy to just click through and choose whichever symphony that you're curious about. So I hope you enjoy it. Now we move to a more modern composer, 20th century Russian composer, Dmitri Shostakovich. Shostakovich was a product of the Soviet era Russia, and he was sort of like the Mahler of Russia, but even more so, just very dramatic and in some ways, depressing a lot of the time, and just one of a kind. I love Shostakovich. If you're looking for something that is great, but not the traditional sort of Viennese German tradition, Shostakovich is wonderful. His Fifth Symphony is, along with the 10th, his most popular. And for this one, I recommend Nima Järvi with the Scottish National Orchestra. This was recorded in 1988 for Chandos. It sounds wonderful. And that's part of the appeal of this. The sound is wonderful, the sound that they produce. And it's just this, the sound is, it's this beautiful darkness that they bring to it. It's not the most overtly dramatic reading of the piece, but I think it works. I think especially as a way to hear it for the first time. I hate to say the symphony speaks for itself, but in this case, it sort of does. You just need a conductor who knows what he's doing, and an orchestra that plays beautifully, but also in a way that communicates the spirit of the music, which in this case is fairly dark. They do that in this recording, so this is one to get. If you do want something that is more, let's say, obviously dramatic in the way it's paced, there's this one. Evgeny Mravinsky with the Leningrad Philharmonic. This is a live recording from 1984. Mravinsky was a big Shostakovich champion, of course. He was also in Russia at the same time. And this one just milks the emotions for all they're worth. It's almost over the top how dramatic this is. It's a live recording. It's fairly clear, but there are some noises here and there. But if you want to hear sort of maybe compared to Järvi, something that's more idiosyncratic, you might say, and dramatic, there's this one. There is also a champion of Shostakovich from this side of the Iron Curtain, Leonard Bernstein with the New York Philharmonic. This is a recording from 1959, and this one just hits you right from the beginning. It's got great sound for one thing. The New York Philharmonic is in top form. It's superbly dramatic, very assertive. And that final movement, he takes it at a very brisk pace, almost an impossible pace, but obviously, for that reason, very exciting. However, there is another recording of Bernstein, which, again, this is one of those debates, where this version or that version. This is from 1979, and this is recorded live in Tokyo with the New York Philharmonic. And this version, I would say the 1959 is the first one to get, because you get the full Bernstein. It's a unique recording. This is more conventional, you might say, but it's also a more mature Bernstein. It's not as fast in the finale. The emotions are held in check more, but it still brings home the emotion of the Shostakovich Fifth in you might argue a more impactful way. Again, you can argue one way or the other. I would get them both, and that's why I have them both. Now, let's talk about a couple of more. This one is from Andrei Previn. And this is one where the emotions are held in check a little bit more, and then he kind of picks his spots. It's a really, really powerful interpretation overall. This is with the London Symphony from 1965, beautifully recorded, one of the standard choices. However, the historic choice comes from Leopold Stokowski with the Philadelphia Orchestra. We haven't talked about Stokowski yet. This is from 1939. This is one of those Dutton transfers I was talking about where it sounds really cleaned up and you almost can't believe that it was made that long ago. It's still going to be limited, but it's fairly clear. And Stokowski, you know, we haven't talked about him yet, but Stokowski was, he always brought home the emotion. He was definitely not one of those, you know, stick beating, disciplinarians. Shostakovich believed in lush orchestral sounds. He often did he was sort of a maverick sometimes with his tempos, but this Shostakovich Fifth is, to me, the most emotional, the most grinding, the one that just has the deepest, for me, emotional impact. So if you can handle the sound quality, I recommend this one. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, I hope you'll also take time to click the like and subscribe buttons. And with that, I want to wish you all a great day and happy listening.